restarting the recording, a new alternate recording, where you still don't hear my nonsense about that stupid soulmate AU. There it is. Do-over. It's not like you're really missing anything. The musical cues are nice, though. Do-over. Good evening, everybody. Hopefully things are hunky-dory now. Let me know if volume needs adjusting. I like that Fairy Queen's design. It's so very unqueenly, with the long braids and the freckles, the glasses, the long droopy sleeves. Quiet. Okay. I made some adjustments to the game audio. Okay, now that you can hear me, well, OBS is like, do you want to do a transition? No, I don't want to do a transition. How am I compared to the menu music? I might actually turn it up on my end a little bit. The volume on this computer is weird. Really wish I could turn off that Windows noise. Okay, how is volume compared to me? Once it's good, I'll get going. It still feels kind of quiet to me, but hang on. Yeah, I want to hear the game music. Better? Okay, if it needs further adjusting, let me know. Because this game has a good soundtrack. I can't remember who composed it. I want to say Jun Ishikawa, but I might be mixing that up with the Sonic composer. Alright, we're doing this. Hear it lurking. Hello, Theta. Yep, I do. You gonna tell me anyway? Oh no, good. This game is so squishy. It's very satisfying to look at. It's very cute. If it's too loud now, let me know. The music swells a little bit there, but yeah, I think the art style... Okay, now it's too loud on my end. The art style makes it, I think, hold up very well. I really wish I could turn off the Windows system noises for that. It's really irritating, the ding. Alright, so, I do want to do 100%. He assumes the star pieces are edible. I do want to do 100%. So, I want to show off both the bad, quote-unquote, and the good ending. And to get the bad ending, you have to not get all the crystal shards. And I don't think you can, like, get them all, see the bad ending, and then see the good ending. It's, either you see the bad ending or the good ending. I'm not explaining this well, sorry. My brain is waking up. Okay. In Kirby's Dream Land 3, it was the same thing. If you beat the game with all of the heart stars, which were the collectibles in that game, you just wouldn't get to see the bad ending, which had a cute little enemy parade. So I'm gonna skip. Do you mind? I'm doing a thing. I'm gonna skip this first crystal shard. I'm sure it's gonna drive some of you crazy that I'm just leaving it here. But I'll be back for you later. You have body horror this early. And of course it's cute. It's a Kirby game. Cute with an undercurrent of terror, which is just how I like it. So yeah, the whole gimmick of this game is the ability combos. There aren't as many abilities in this game as there are compared to previous Kirby, so sadly, my beloved Parasol does not make an appearance. I know I'm sad too. But there's some fun combos you can do. So right now I've got Needle and Cutter, which I actually want to get rid of because I need something else. Oosh. Yeah, the graphics hold up really well, right? I'm gonna get Bomb. Pew, pew, that's good. I think I'm also gonna embarrass myself. Hang on. Okay. It'd be easier if I just... There we go! Yeah. Cha-cha. Cha-cha. But the graphics look a little wonky when I do that. But that's fine. The best one? Oh, this game is so squishy. You get what I mean, right? Just the shapes. And how the shapes deform. It's so squishy. Behind you! Hey. Oh, what's up? Eyeball is what's up. You can hold some enemies over your head and do extra cool things in this too. I remember that. I remember finding that out years ago playing this on the N64 when I was just messing around with stuff. And it blew my mind. It's like almost Parasol. Be friends. Be friends. There you are. We're friends now. Because we fought each other. Okay. Every Kirby's got to have a goal minigame. I actually want the card, but I'm not lined up properly. I screwed that up. I get nothing! Nothing! That onigiri looks really good. Boy, that one empty slot is gonna drive me crazy, but I know I must endure. I'm gonna... Much as I like fireworks, I want to play around with stuff. Yeah. Oh no! Well, I was gonna, like, show off the Brella guy, and I ruined that too? What is my problem? Well, whatever. I'm gonna go back and get what I think is one of the best abilities. Exploding shuriken! Anyway, I hope people don't mind that I'm doing something a little more chill for now. I was thinking about Kirby the other week, and how I haven't played Kirby 64 in a long time. Oh, hi, Joanna! You love this game? I'm so glad. It's... You know, when this game first came out, it took me a bit to really warm up to it, because my previous Kirby experience had been mostly Superstar and some Dreamland 3, and this is more in line with Dreamland 3 than Superstar. And Superstar is my preference of the two. Not that Dreamland 3 isn't good, but both games have, or both this and Dreamland 3 have a slower pace, a little more methodical in your movements. Kirby isn't quite as acrobatic. You have one attack button, so it's not like Superstar where you can have several different moves. And I think for that reason, I liked it, you know, I tried to press R to shield. Not in this one. Oh, are we going for a ride? We're going for a ride. Let's go. Like we're up in the mountains riding a gondola. And I kind of wanted the faster pace of Superstar, so it took me a while to really appreciate this game. But appreciate I did. I do. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Am I gonna make it? Woof, okay. Kirby can only fly for a limited time in this one, which is also kind of weird. Not having the infinite fly was confusing to you at first. Yeah, me too. Like, it's jarring. I'm sure I've died getting that crystal shard at least once, because I wasn't expecting to fall. Like, what do you mean? Why are you sweating, Kirby? Are you just working really hard? Oh no. Oh no. Have I ever played Dreamland 2? That's the Game Boy one, right? I haven't, actually. I've heard it's really hard, though. Like, to get 100% on it. Oh yeah, the forest music's one of my favorite tracks in the game. Adeline's shoes look like loaves of bread. Send tweet. It's not too hard. I saw my pal Carrie stream it a while ago. I know she struggled with getting 100% on it. You should have gotten, like, a big cyclopean eye. Like Waddle Doo. That would have been way better. Well, good luck with work, Boogie. I guess we'll see you later. Eh. I just like this enemy design. Look at it. There it goes. Why is this one censored? What is it? What is this mosaic? Too spicy for Twitch, whatever it is. Oh, hey, Bagtree. Just in time for Scribbly Spider. It's very cute. So is this thing? I think it's called, like, Ice Dino? I don't remember, but it's also very cute. I almost don't want to kill it. But I have to. I must. I can't duck in time to the music. Kirby won't duck fast enough. Oh, that was Boss 4 of Dreamland 2. I didn't know that. Coming at me? No. No. Ice Dinosaur is shaped like a friend. Unfortunately, it won't join me like Waddle Dee. Because even though we also fought it out, like me and Waddle Dee, I think I punched it a little too hard with explosives. I'm being a little quiet for those bits because I really like how the music in the little cutscenes is synced with the actions. No. It just brings to mind old cartoons. The final boss in Dreamland 2 is really hard. I'm going to assume it was some sort of dark matter adjacent something. I can't remember. I'm sure if I thought about it. Maybe it's just dark matter? I don't know. As much as I love Kirby, I was gonna say knowledge, but that's not quite right. No! My, I guess for the games I've played, there are gaps in that. I don't know why I can't talk. You know what it is that I had a nap a little before stream because it's so hot today. I just could not bring myself to do anything useful. Why must I make Kirby sad? He's doing it to himself. He has dry eyes. It's fine. We all need a good cry sometimes. Sometimes you don't get that catch card you want. And you just gotta let it out. Dang, this whole game has such good music. I'm gonna say it for probably every song. It was the first in the Dark Matter trilogy, which I'm streaming the third of first. The audacity. You're right. Well, obviously I gotta go backwards. I gotta do Dreamland 3 after this. Dreamland 3, I think, to get 100% on is much harder than this game. It's like nothing back here, right? There's like a 1-up. Oh. I'll take a tomat. Pretend it's Star Wars. I suppose. I was gonna mention something about the ending being Star Wars-esque, but I should not spoil. Not that there's a lot to spoil. I mean, dark matter happens. Cosmic horror. You know, the usual. Yeah, I want to try something. My legs are all the way back there. Okay, that's all I wanted to do. The scariest thing about Kirby is his ability to just eat a tomato. If eating a tomato is intimidating, is that like the only way I can intimidate people? Because I will eat a tomato. Maybe not like by itself. I'm sure there's someone out there that would just eat a tomato like an apple. Which is fine, but I think tomato is best. Like, I haven't had a BLT in a long time, but fresh tomato on a BLT. It's hard to get good fresh tomato at the store, though. They're always too waxy. Do you think someone would do that? Just eat a tomato? Well, I knew someone once who said they like to eat bell peppers like apples. Which, again, fine. Bell peppers, I think I really need to cook them first. And I don't like the green ones. I remember reading that, so, you know, the stereotype here in the West is that kids hate broccoli. Which is so wrong. Broccoli is really good. But if it's not prepared well, I can get not being impressed. But in Japan, the stereotype is kids hate green bell peppers. And they are correct. There he is. The best boy. Every game is a best boy. Look at his stupid face. No. Watch this art style. Kirby looking at the camera like he's in the office. Yeah, green bell peppers are just bell peppers that aren't ripe. And they taste very disappointing. I don't really want to fight DDD right now, because it's fun to just observe what he does with that wigged out look on his face. Excuse me. Oh. I'm gonna pay for it, but that's fine. Every time I see somebody like play this game, they beat DDD too fast. And we don't get to appreciate him. Okay. Dark matter is just a swarm of gnats. There's so many out when I go walking these days because it's so hot. Yeah, yeah. Give me that body horror. Do the torso mouth thing. He does that in this game, right? Right? Come on, come at me. Come at me. Come on board. Does he not do the torso mouth thing? Is it just the eyeball? I thought he'd bring out the... There they are! Yes! Teeth. Okay, you can die now. You okay? You okay? I'm really glad that doesn't do contact damage. DDD's had a few too many gnats. No. Look at him. DDD's so cute. Unfair. I'm gonna get one of these dumb cards. So help me. Ugh. A BLT is not a tomato. A BLT is good. Tomatoes, not. You could eat bell peppers by themselves. You like green bell peppers and broccoli, Dawn. You're too powerful. Most people in the West don't like broccoli because most people boil it like crazy. Oh, why would you do that? It's like the stereotype of Brussels sprouts being disgusting. No. Brussels sprouts are delicious. But, yeah, if you render them into a mush, I can see them being gross. You gotta roast them. Like, roasted Brussels sprouts, when they get a little crispy on the outside, oh, that is choice. Oh, I'm talking about food, and then I just see, oops, Ryfam say teeth are great. And I thought briefly he was talking about consuming teeth. And I didn't question it. That's right, I know about sprouts. I think Brussels sprouts and broccoli are they from the same plant or related? I'm gonna get this wrong now. But, yeah. What? Brussels sprouts are delicious? You're leaving? That's the most offensive thing you've heard in your life? Brassica, there we go. Yeah, like broccoli, kale, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower. I don't like cauliflower. That's where I'll draw the line. I don't know why, I just... Something about the flavor, the texture, I find cauliflower really meh. This game is so freaking cute. It's the gingham print on Wispy Woods. Hi! Kawaii. The real meme is parents don't know how to cook broccoli. Oh, is Kirby just throwing his face off himself? Yeah. Well, most of his body mass is becoming the cutter he's throwing. You had cauliflower today. How do you prep your cauliflower? Maybe I just haven't had cauliflower in a satisfactory preparation. I've heard it's good roasted. I don't want cutter anymore. Yeah, this is as close as I'm gonna get to parasol. I'm so sad. We love cauliflower, but it is not a replacement for potato. They are both good things. Pew. Look at that happy cactus, and I just murdered it in cold blood. So this attack is also too slow. Nah. Cauliflower and a stir fry. You know, that sounds like it would be acceptable. You want a potato? How does everybody like their potatoes? No. And you can't say you don't like potatoes. Because if I get to say, I like Brussels sprouts, then the least you could do is like potatoes. Look at this. The multi-tool. Sometimes you just want to sprout an entire cactus. Not onions. You don't like onions, don't like tomato, don't like mayo, don't like ranch dressing. I don't like ranch dressing either. Like any cream-based sauces, especially on salad, I find kind of disgusting. No mushrooms? Oh, you made oven fries. Ooh. I know you haven't posted food very often, Joanna, but your cooking looks good. I hope you're proud of it. Baked potatoes or shoestring fries. I did roast potatoes the other day, and then before that I did some mashed potatoes. I think my favorite preparation, I mean, okay, I like mashed potatoes a lot, but I think roasting them brings out the best flavor. Like little small creamer potatoes have a really nice creamy texture that I really enjoy. When they're roasted just right. I like baked potatoes too, but I haven't done them in a while. I think you gotta do them right. Look at this happy cactus, and I'm just skewering it. It's just vibing. It's just vibing and it's dead. Yeah, baked potatoes, I read a few recipes, and the one I found worked the best. I can't remember how to do it. But I think it involves, like, pre-microwaving them a little bit. And then, for the last bit, brushing them with oil. So, their insides are very soft and fluffy, and the outsides are nice and crispy. And I recall reading that it's common to bake them in foil, but one shouldn't do that, because then you don't get the crispy skin. It's just mush. Which, you know, if you like it that way, that's fine. Flavor of mushrooms, good. Texture of mushrooms, absolutely unacceptable. Get out of my house. I was in the farmer's market on Friday, and they had... One of the stalls had a little box of Morel? I don't know how you say it. Moral, good upstanding citizen mushrooms, and they were like $60 a pound. I found myself thinking, how much... Oh, I need, what, rock and spark for that? How much would just one cost? Hello, Scarfy. I don't even have to antagonize them. They just come at me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back here with rock and spark. That's fine. Just here for the ride. Well, there's spark. I don't suppose there's a little boulder fella around here, is there? Ow. Nice present. You love ranch dressing. You greatly prefer dipping your fries in ranch over ketchup. I've heard some people like that. But for me, I can't do the cream-based sauces. Oh my gosh. Well, I'll take the tomato. I'm just gonna go get it now while I'm thinking about it. Because I've got spark. And there's little rock fellas at the start, so it should be good. Well. Key to a good fry is the ratio of crispy exterior to fluffy interior. Yes, that is key. I don't have fries very often at all, because I don't really do any food that's too oily tends to just upset my stomach. Oof. There we go. I just have this rock now. It is my friend on a leash. Intimidated by Kirby eating a tomato. That is his greatest power. Not just fighting these, like, cosmic monsters from beyond the pale, but eating an entire tomato in one bite. Oh yeah, happy Pride Month. It's June! I forgot it's June. Happy Pride Month. I'm finally streaming on a day where a thing happens. I never get to stream on days where things happen. He just impaled himself on the power-up. That's right, be gay, do crimes. Like Kirby. Well, I don't think we can ascribe any sort of sexuality to Kirby. But Kirby could certainly do a crime. I mean, who's to say he's not committing war crimes right now? Again, that cactus fella was just vibing. This level caused you extreme alarm when you were a kid. Between the Scarfies and those plant dudes who grab you. The fellas in the back. When is Kirbo not criming? Also, hello, Firebee. He's criming right now. He's breaking and entering. And, I feel like property damage? Because he triggered the security system, and now all this sand is flooding. Somebody's gonna have to clean it up. Kirby has never heard of a gender. If you can't eat it, why bother? Kirby and Quina from Final Fantasy IX should be friends. I think I'm ripping off Bagtree by saying this, but they're both friend-shaped. They're both pink. No thoughts, head empty. Only food. Yeah, he's just eating snacks and causing massive destruction. Okay. You can just, like, save and quit out of a level and keep the shard, right? I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah. Good, good, good. I ask as I do it. More good music. But that's just the whole soundtrack. No. I feel like these kill you in one hit. Much to my alarm when I was younger. Bumbling under one and getting squashed. How many frogs has Kirby eaten? It's gotta be a non-zero number, right? I bet Kirby and Quina, if they were to hang out, Quina would make Kirby all sorts of food and would be impressed by Kirby's love of eating and appreciating the simpler things in life. Like rocks falling on my head. Stop it. This track has such an elegant feel to it. Unlike me, who is the very antithesis of elegant. Ow! Stop it. Not that I want to interrupt the very nice music, but I am curious. I've been mulling on this for a while. For those of you that play games, whenever your character gets hit, do you ever say ouch or ow? I'm very curious because obviously we have evidence that I do it frequently without thinking about it. But I'm curious if it's a habit common to other people, or like maybe if you do it on big hits or something. You do it too? I was thinking, you've been playing Animal Crossing lately, right? Then, what would you do it while playing Animal Crossing? No, I'm not surprised. I don't think you would, though. Stop it. Stop it. Ghosts. You do also... When it comes to saying ow when a player character gets hit, you do it all the time. You do as well? Wow, more people than I thought. I thought it was just like a weird habit. Oh, this is gonna squish me. None of that. Oh, the punch ghosts are very cute. I just don't want them to punch me. No. I feel like the last crystal shard is in this room somewhere. Hope I didn't miss it. You also say ow when bumping into things in real life when it didn't hurt. I think I've done that too. Nah. No! Oh, it's gone. It's gone. Oh, it's not gone. It's gone. Oh, it's not gone. I forgot. This is the one game where you can inhale stuff while underwater. Okay, I think I missed a shard. I feel like the shard is in this room. I'm gonna go back and look. Sorry. Rock Friend is back. I feel like we should name it before I lose it permanently. So I'll have to get rid of it eventually to make room for newer, better, sexier abilities. Not there. Huh. Am I just off my rocker? Am I wasting time? Yeah, I think I'm off my rocker. This feels like a good place to hide one, wouldn't it? You know, like near the ceiling of the room where you'd get crushed, so your instinct is to run through as fast as possible. When you bonk into stuff, you apologize to the object. I get that too. If I drop my phone, I find myself apologizing. Rock and Cutter, the amazing, incredible combination. I wasted so much time messing with Rock and Cutter back in the day. We will see it eventually, because I do need to use it to get one shard. Which can be needlessly frustrating. Because, well, you'll see when we get there. Nope. If I could, like, not blunder into stuff. Can't argue about the fridge's ability. Oh, there he is! The fridge ability's raw sexual energy. It's that food. Is that what they call food porn? Gross. I don't even like saying that. Okay, this is where the shard is. I forgot we got to pair up with Best Boy here. I was always sad these sections weren't longer. I just want to hang out with DDD and piggyback on him. The beta footage for this game is interesting. Because it seemed like they were gonna add, like, all the animal buddies from previous Dreamland games, as well as making, I think, Adeline, the artist gal, and Waddle Dee playable. Give me the cake. Okay. Don't die. Don't die. You just want to hang out with DDD and get him set on fire. Oh, that keeps him humble. Oh, these are just spiders. I had to escort a spider out of the bathroom the other day. I was all ready to take a shower, and then there it was. Like, ma'am, please. Why are you down here? There's nothing here for you. I will also take this sandwich. Whoop. Bowser lightly sobs in the corner upon learning that he lost his title of Best Boy. I don't think they're mutually exclusive. I think we can have... I did it! I did it! I got one. I think we can have one Best Boy per game. Nothing here, is there? Oh, there's cake. You always gotta go the opposite of whatever direction a game points you in. That's just the law. I think I am gonna have to get rid of our boulder friend, though, or boulder buddy. Because I seem to recall I need another ability. I don't remember what ability, though. I just remember there's a colored section of a skeleton that you have to break to get that. I don't remember what color it is. Oh, it's rock. Never mind. We're good. Thanks, boulder buddy. Coming in clutch. Very convenient. I don't know if we can't simply walk between the sections of the ribcage. But I suppose Kirby is a strict adherent to bone traffic laws? I don't know. I'm the kind of person who will push the crosswalk light and wait, even if there's no cars that I can see. Because I'm a weenie like that. I feel like one of these ways leads to a shard, and the other doesn't, and I don't know which it is. So I'm just gonna pray Heck, there was left. Well, guess we're going back to this level later. That's fine. Yeah, it's the only law Kirby follows. Because otherwise she's just doing crime all the time. Is it a coincidence that both DDD and Bowser, being best boy, are also large, stupid reptiles? Or is that a requirement? Oh, compelling. Is there another best boy that's a large, stupid reptile? Or maybe, like, those are components. You don't necessarily need both in tandem. But being large and or stupid and or a reptile is important for best boy. Like, I can think of a couple examples of at least being large and stupid. Reptile optional. What is appreciated? How come antlions are like such a thing in video games? Or at least it feels like they are. The spider is so fuzzy. I always felt like I would see more antlions in my life due to the prevalence of them in games like this one. DDD's a penguin? No, he's a penguin. He's a penguin. Penguin. Has to be lovable, stupid, can't just be stupid. I think there is an art to it. Like, thick-headed but well-meaning. I feel like I read a page, like a blog forever ago that talked about specific Japanese cultural terms that you would see in anime, manga, and games. And I remember there was an article about different types of moe. I'm already regretting talking about this. And I'm pretty sure there's got to be a specific type of moe. Like, say, the Japanese precursor to the himbo, where they're adult, but they're kind and well-meaning. Kind of like gap moe, or gap moe, where someone's appearance contrasts with some facet of their behavior, and the contrast makes them charming. Do I regret talking about this? Yes, I do. All birds are lizards. Not all lizards are birds. Some lizards are crocodiles. All lizards are moe. I added that myself. Okay, I feel like I need spark for this one. Spark and... What one makes you the light bulb? Well, there's a wild boar following me. Stop. Oof. I'm right and I should say it. How often do I have people tell me that? Usually it's like, Morri, stop. What are you doing? Stop. That wild boar is me. You had a professor in college who studied lizards, but also used lizards to refer to snakes, crocodiles, and birds. Bomb, okay, bomb and spark. That sounds right. I was gonna say, you know what I miss from Dreamland 3? But I haven't streamed Dreamland 3, so I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. But when you have Kine and you use spark, and the ability you get is Kine has a little light bulb in his mouth. And after using it for too long, the bulb breaks. And then he just kind of tries to stab people with it like a shiv. Is this yellow key never? Okay, here we go. Can you move? This music has a cool vibe to it. Okay, goodbye, rock friend. You have served us very well. But I need one of these guys now. Oh! But I don't have bomb with me. Well, I'm gonna have to come back here too. That's okay. You're supposed to get the light bulb so you can see what symbols to push down. But let's guess. Let's guess. Moon. Star. Tree. Because forest in Japanese is Morri. That was wrong. Wrong. You were instantly crushed to death a couple times in that bit as a kid. You found new places for crushing death all the time. That's like me in Sonic games. Like, I think the way I've died the most in Sonic games is by being crushed. I was really good at being crushed in, like, Sonic, like the Genesis games, and also Sonic Advance 3. I remember getting crushed in that one a lot. You know what I should do is dual spark. Because Kirby just kind of vibes for that one, too. Yeah. Yeah. The little field gets smaller as you move. Look at him tap his feet. Sun, moon, puny, and finally star. Just like every time you play Mario Kart at 200cc, you find new and surprising places to fall off the track. That is part of the fun, I think. Boy, I remember the first time I tried 200cc, and I did it on the Big Blue course, because that felt like the most appropriate place to do it. And it was just screaming internally. It was fun, but a lot of falling off stuff. Okay, I'm gonna go back for those shards that I missed. So I'm gonna go here. The smug dance is too powerful. I really want to play Mario Kart. Maybe if I get a capture card at some point, I will do Mario. I'll get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I'll do a special stream. And if anybody else has a copy and wants in, I would let them into the room. That would be fun. Of course, I'd need enough people who have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe watching, and who would be willing to participate. But that would be fun. I've seen other streamers do it. Sometimes if you fall off, you just keep flying and end up back on the track somewhere else. It's like that big skip in Rainbow Road in Mario Kart 64. I had fun trying to do that skip. Ow! There we go. I still don't like N64 Mario, or N64 Rainbow Road, though. Oh, what am I doing? I can just leave. Let's see, I also need bomb. I don't remember if there's bomb at the beginning of... Are there little rocket fellas at the beginning of this one? Yeah. No. Well, actually, that was dual spark, so it wouldn't have worked. I need to keep this anyway. You never got DX? You never felt the need to after 8 on the Wii U? Yeah, that's kind of why I was waffling on it, because I have Mario Kart 8 in the Wii U and all the DLC. And I found myself bitterly thinking, could I get Mario Kart 8 DX? But I don't know, it's some sort of discount because I have all the DLC, please Nintendo. I've been so loyal. No. But I think part of the appeal is, well, getting to play online with people more easily. And also, I want to play, like, the proper battle mode and not the weird battle mode that was in vanilla Mario Kart 8. Where instead of on a enclosed arena, you were just on the racetracks. Which, alright, but I find you're too far away from people to really get the chaos that I crave. Love the aesthetic of this level, the shapes, I concur. It's a very pleasing level. The music, the shapes. Dreamland 3 had a big pyramid like this one too, although the music was a lot more melancholy than that one. You've always found the N64 version of Rainbow Road oddly charming. Well, for me, I'm not the biggest fan of it because it's dull to race on. Here we go. Sun, water, fish, shrapnel. I mean, I don't know if they're in a hurry to reveal a new Mario Kart because I believe 8 is still selling really well. So, and I mean they've got what's the mobile one? Mario Kart something tour. Mario Kart Tour, I guess that's it. Okay, oh, I could just leave now. Which I haven't played. I don't really like playing mobile games, plus my phone is old. I'd rather have a controller in my hand. I love the boss music in this game. You guys have really got me wanting to play Mario Kart now. Maybe someday. I was gonna ask what everyone's Mario Kart main is, but I think I asked that in another stream. And I mentioned how I've gone from lightweights to more heavyweight characters like Rosalina in Mario Kart 8. Good. Good. I just walk into that. I can't hurt these guys yet, incidentally, which is why I'm just puttering around them. Come on. Come on, we gotta wait for the slowest elevator. I mean, this is cool elevator music, though. But I'm not sure I can even hurt them with my ability, I think. Maybe I can? I don't remember. No. Oh, a little bit. I'm just gonna do that instead. How many of you have played this before? Out of curiosity. I know some of you have. Cute. Okay, one more. Nice. What if I should do the boss rush after all this? Maybe. I don't think you get anything for it except like a little congratulations picture. Unless it counts towards your completion, I forget. DDD's little shrug. I don't know how you got a cake from DDD. Man, the chewy meat always looks good, even though you don't want chewy meat in reality. I hate scenes where people waste food. I know it's drawn food. Probably has no nutritional value, but... Oh, cake. Gotta show off the multiplayer. Oh, yeah. That's right. Very minimal multiplayer. Oh, this music is so cute. Hi. This music is so cute. Is this a stage where I have to use rock cutter? It might be. Yeesh. I'm just gonna run past the fish. Fish. Fish! I'm gonna get it now, because this... I don't remember if this is the stage where I need rock cutter, but I am gonna get it. What? Also, hello, Kelly. Well, I didn't notice you because your color's the same as Firebee's. Oh, yeah. I'm Choo Choo now from Dreamland 3. So this is the gimmick of Boulder, Rock, and Cutter, rather. That you get carved. Whoa, I'm Pitch, finally the useful one, into one of Kirby's friends from Dreamland 3. Unfortunately, their usefulness is questionable for the most part, and it's random which one you get. So Pitch there, the little bird, is the best one to get, because he's fairly mobile, and sometimes you get Kind. That's it, that's all I can do. I can pivot. Look at my beautiful face. Oh, I need that. Thank you. You're replaying Origami King. You never notice there's a toad in the audience. It says, guard! Guard, you fool! One of these days, if I get a capture card, I am going to stream Origami King. Whether some of you like it or not. Oh, there you go. Okay, now you're a unique color, Kelly. Yeah, in retrospect, I don't think this is the stage where I need rock and cutter, but whatever. Oh, I can't get up there. Frog incoming. Ow. Frog incoming. Yeah. Mal. Mal. I'll stop that now. Sorry. Rick was always your favorite animal buddy. He had the best theme in 2. I remember being stymied when I first played Dreamland 3 years ago, because I didn't know Rick's unique ability was that he can't fly like Kirby, but he can cling to walls. And you can use that to kind of wall jump up to areas. And I remember trying to, there's Nago, every animal helper, has a level where you have to get to the end with them. And I remember being stuck on Rick's because there was just, well, platforms that I could not get Rick up for the life of me. There he is. And then I finally realized, oh, he can cling to walls and scamper up, because I guess that's just inherent in hamsters or something. Thank you. I don't think this is the one where I need this ability, but that's fine. It's in this world somewhere. Yeah, I gotta go. Oh, I think here I actually need... Yeah, this is the one I need ice and bomb, and I don't have either, and I don't know if I can get either in this room. Oh. I'll come back, I guess. Oh, he can't climb on walls in Dreamland 2? But he doesn't slip on ice. So yeah, that was his other thing. Rick has super traction. And Rick is also cute. Remember the anime gave him, like the 4Kids dub, gave him an Australian accent for some reason? The power of toe beans. Well, by that logic, Nago should also not slip on ice, because she's a calico. Okay, I know there's a bomb fellow at the start of here. Am I missing a crystal shard in this one? Did I just looked and realized, wait. Did I not get one? No, I got it. Okay, and then I know I saw... Oops. I don't want to be in this one. Not yet. Spoilers. Time to sew another button on these mint green shorts because you outgrew them. Those sound like very cute shorts. I have not worn shorts in a long time because unfortunately my skin does not really allow it, alas. Which is a shame because it's so hot here right now. There's a heat warning in effect for this week until, I think, Saturday, when it's supposed to rain, maybe. But we'll see. I don't like the heat. Usually I go for walks after work, you know, when I've still got some energy before I, like, sit down and decide, nah, I'm tired, I don't want to do anything. But even, like, as soon as I'm off work, it's already 20 degrees out, which is about 70 in Fahrenheit, which maybe isn't really hot to a lot of people, but I don't like the heat. I like it kind of overcast, nice breeze. Yeah, heat warning. It's supposed to be, I think, I forget if the high tomorrow is like 32 or something, which would be about 90 in Fahrenheit. There we go. That's what I need. Yes. There he is. There I am. I'm beautiful. Yeah, that early in the year. Well, I mean, we had snow at the beginning of the month, so our weather is just like that. You ordered new shorts for yourself. It's been 2 weeks they've not shipped. Where are you ordering them from? What is the humidity? I don't remember off the top of my head. We don't usually get very high humidity here because this is a desert. It's quite dry. I'd have to look. Maybe I'll check after this level. Let's pull it up on my phone and see what the weather is. Pew. Ooh, that was close. Okay. Gotta get through this and not lose my exploding snowman. I get nervous because I can't press a button to detonate. I have to bodily crash into this fool. And I'm always worried about contact damage. I don't remember what these little needle guys are called, but I used to draw them back in the day because they were very simple and I could remember their design off the top of my head. I drew a lot of Kirby enemies back in the day. That's what those little cards at the end I'm getting are for. They unlock entries in a very limited, but still cute bestiary. Because I wanted to know all their names. Okay. Oh, the fuse will just run out. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's book it. I'm gonna have a look. What is the humidity right now? Gosh, golly, don't drop my phone. That would be bad. Let's see. You can appreciate this music. Oh, look. Let's see. Oh, yeah, the high today was 27. The high tomorrow was 31. Humidity is 29% right now. And it feels like 25 degrees outside, which is about 80 in Fahrenheit. The metric I have is double it and add 30. And of course the reverse is subtract 30 and then divide in half. That. But that kind of falls apart when you get into negative temperatures. Until you get to 40 below, in which case there is parity again. I'm gonna get rid of this because it's a little slow. Goodbye, exploding snowman. Does this crab do anything if I pull it out? Oh yeah. Snip, my minion. You're fired. You're fired! Out of my mouth. Because I'm Kirby. I think this song was originally in Dreamland 3, if memory serves. I wonder if I can get Cutter in this one. Because I like Ice and Cutter a lot. Its utility is a little limited, but it's fun. I can get it. What do we got? It is now time for Crab. Oh! I need fire and rock. Heck. Well, at least I remember where most of the crystal shards are, but not the ones where I need specific ability combos for. That's disappointing. That's okay. I can come back. You can hear a bit of the Great Cave Offensive theme in the music for this level. A little bit. Time to go in a box. This is not a great boat, but I'll take it. Whoa, why is the interface flashing when I jump? That was odd. Yeah. Speed, speed, speed. Maybe it's flashing colors because it's Pride Month. I'm not sure what flag it's trying to represent, though. The pink, green, and orange. But that's something. All of them at the same time. Love how we flail our arms. Whoa. I'm gonna say it a lot, but this game's really cute. Yeah. Oh, hang on. I know, I'm wasting this precious invincibility. Yes! This is what I wanted! The utility isn't great, because you can only really hurt enemies when you're spinning, or you can, sort of turn direction, and I guess the ice coming off your skates will damage them. But whatever, it's cute. I love messing around with this ability. Phew! I haven't gone ice skating in a long time. was like a community local rink that was set up here during the winter time, but like there were restrictions posted on it, like, you know, no more than, you know, X number of people on the rink, and you have to be wearing a mask, and like the rink was always really crowded and people wouldn't be wearing masks and they'd be playing hockey on it. It's like, all right, well, never mind. And I have not owned a pair of ice skates in a long time, so it would be useless anyway. But it's nice to think about. I always kind of had this fear of falling over while ice skating, and then having someone else on skates run over my hands. Maybe that's a little morbid to share in a Kirby stream. But there you go. Ah, no. These logs remind me of something, like pretzel sticks. They look like pretzel sticks. Except more painful. Oh, we got dark green now. I have no idea why it's doing that. Same here with the community rink. Like, too crowded. Nobody adhering the rules posted. Like, there's no enforcement here. Okay, I don't remember if there's a rock at the beginning of this level, and I don't want to waste time looking around. I think there's rock here. Pretzel sticks and peanut butter. You know what? I don't know if I've ever had that. There's a rock here. Wasn't there? Am I just crazy? Entirely possible. Yeah. These guys aren't rock, right? They're just volcano. They're just fire. Maybe they are rock. Oh, I'm gonna find out now. Oh, they are rock. Oh, never mind. Whoops. Really disappointed you. You finally moved to a bigger city, someplace with an ice rink, and then a pandemic hits, right? And then people do not respect the rules and regulations. Even then, it's like, I don't really want to be around other people when they're exerting themselves. Breathing heavily. Whoop. Excuse me. I'm really glad this isn't like some Kirby games where if you take a single hit, you drop your ability. Like, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror was like that, which made getting some treasures a headache. She would have to get to a specific area with a specific ability, and if you get hit just once, and you fail to pick it back up, go back. That's it. There's a lot of places to go in that game. It's big. What is lava but liquid rock? You are correct. That makes sense when you think about it. But should I look at those guys and I think these are fire. These are definitely fire. Lava, the forbidden soup. Kind of looks like some sort of like energy drink. Oop, nope. Goodbye, crab. There we go. There's a sandwich up there. It's probably old. Pretzels and peanut butter, great for depression / sick / anytime food. I feel like I know in the grocery store I've seen, like, I guess these pretzel nuggets that have, like, cheese inside, because my mom used to like them. But I wonder if there's a version of them with peanut butter. It's gotta be, right? It seems like an obvious... Dance for me! Okay, I am no longer amused. Oh, they just... As soon as I pull it above my head, they just dissolve. Oh, they don't... Oh. Consumed. Amazing Mirror is such a great time. You never knew you needed open world Kirby until then. Yeah. I want to play it again. If I could just do multiplayer with 3 other people, that would be so great. I know, I think Theta mentioned, somebody did that they got it working through Parsec. But that would be a lot of setup. Same with, I think, 4 Swords, which would be another really good one. Man, I miss 4 Swords. It was a pain in the butt to set up, but it was a lot of fun. And I kind of hope Nintendo does something like that again, now that multiplayer is a little... They're doing a little better with online stuff these days. Still not great, but not bad. I mean, I'm glad Splatoon does not have voice chat built in, because that would ruin it for me. The expectation that if you want to do well, you have to talk to other people. Ugh, terrible. Don't want that. Is there... Okay, no, I have to go up. You don't know about using Parsec, but a couple of your friends played Amazing Mirror online. Oh! Well, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Oh, I need the exploding shurikens for that one. Wish I could remember all the spots where I need specific ability combos, but I don't. Well, that's fine. I can get that. Hi, DDD. Sorry, I kind of spit a rock at your face. Wow. Boy, this isn't where I need Rock and Cutter, is it? No, I don't think so. I don't feel like there's 2 spots in any one level where you need specific ability combos. There's Cutter. I know there was a bomb fish near the beginning, but I think it might be better if I just go back to Popstar. So there's Poppy Bros right there. I feel like at least one of the boss rooms in this game, like a crystal spawns when you beat the boss, but a hole opens where you're probably standing. I don't know if it was... No, it wouldn't be this boss. I wouldn't... Yeah, this is where I need it. Well, I'll come back. Rip. That's okay. We just get to experience more of this game and its music. That's not so bad, right? I mean, it's not a long game. Still not sure what I'm gonna do after this. I have a couple things mulling around in my head. I know there was talks of Banjo-Tooie, but again, that'd be a commitment. And that might be the kind of... Stop. The kind of thing where I might not stream it, like, both days in a week. I might take the occasional break to play a different game. It's because it's so big. I like it. I want to go back to it, but it's big. What, I don't want 12-year-olds yelling slurs at me when I splat? And don't even get me started on... I feel like when I... This is a great time to say it. I feel like when I stream, or even just playing games online, not for an audience, I feel this extra pressure to perform well because of the stigma, and I feel like it's less so nowadays than when I was younger, but it's still out there, certainly. Stigma around being a girl that plays video games. I guess stigma isn't the word, but there's always people being really aggressive about, like, if you're too good, oh, we were just going easy on you, or if you're playing poorly, oh, you're just doing bad because you're a girl, kind of thing. And I feel this sort of extra pressure to do well because I worry that, oh, if I play poorly, then what if I'm perpetuating a stereotype, which I know is not the case, and I really shouldn't worry about it. But, like, I remember back in the day, someone making fun of me and saying, oh, I bet you don't play real games like Halo. I bet you'd rather play stuff with pandas and unicorns. I remember specifically he said pandas. Like, bleh. Bleh. Whatever, man. But, so I don't think that's necessarily as prevalent, but then I don't play online games with voice chat, which I'm sure is still just as bad, if not more so. Because now you have internet anonymity to contend with versus, you know, people in physical spaces who might be rude to you about one's gender. Hang on, I need to... My arm is really itchy after my cardigan. Ow. There we go. Halo, a real game? Pandas? There's nothing wrong with Halo. I don't really like FPS games, because I've mentioned before, I feel they're not immersive for me, but also, I don't know, I don't like... I need the immediacy of a Goomba Stomp. I need that feedback. I find whenever I play most shooters, I don't feel like I'm doing much damage to things, and it doesn't feel satisfying. But I played Halo 2 co-op with my brother, and I had fun with that. It's just not something I would play on my own time. But the point is, regardless of what genres one enjoys, like, I feel like, you know, you shouldn't have to feel like you need to defend your choices. What if I like Overlord 2, a game in which I can club pandas to death and steal their life force? But then the zoo is gonna lose so much funding. I've been to the National Zoo in DC a few times, and they love their pandas there. And pandas are kind of dopey animals. They don't really do a lot, but they're cute. And people coming to see the pandas and buying panda merch means that we can get even better care and resources for the other animals they have. Win-win. Yeah, what kind of jerk doesn't like pandas? So many games about pandas. This was long before the World of Warcraft expansion with the pandas. Pandaria, is that it? I don't play WoW. I think Don here has played WoW. We finally see Master Chief's face. He's just a panda. Takes a lot of work to eat enough bamboo to continue existing. Let them be dopey. And there's nothing wrong with pandas. I've seen people say really inflammatory things about pandas, weirdly enough. Like, oh, pandas are useless, and we shouldn't waste resources in a zoo or whatever taking care of them. Like, no animal's useless. Leave the pandas alone. Okay, this shard is a pain, because I need Rick. And it's random which one you get. Pitch is good, but pitch will not reach. Nope, not Coup. Not kind. Not Coup again. There we go. Sometimes it takes a while. Come on. Oh, I have to be pressing into the wall. I see. Wish, wish, wish. Bamboo isn't even nutritious. It's basically just them eating potato chips all day. No wonder they have to eat so many of them. There we go. Oh, I can leave. Okay, perfect. Now here's that really good music again. I like these little sea angels. I don't like it when I swim into them, though. These little fellas are making me think of the Deep Sea Metro in Splatoon 2. This is really slow, and I'm going to get rid of it. Where there's like a sea angel, they're like really big and buff, and what do you call those jackets that jocks always wear? Is it a Letterman jacket? One of those jackets. Yeah, I hope in Splatoon 3 we get more weird. Okay, it is a little Letterman. Yeah, I hope we get more strange sea life, because I love the designs in the Deep Sea Metro. I want more of that. That poor fish had nothing left to live for. Oh. I just wanted cake. I don't need bomb for anything, do I? I don't remember. It throws me off that I can still inhale stuff underwater. You know what I should do? Is I should inhale one and then get beneath it. No, that wasn't the button to throw up. You know, whatever. Whatever. I don't care anymore. Look at him go! Looks like a little, like, flan or something. Imagine trying to get that shard without knowing Rick can cling to walls in 3. I think... Yeah, at the time, I wasn't sure if I knew, but I remember I got stymied by it for a while. Come on. Come on, get up there. Get up there. Oh, current just pushing me back. So I need to go back down. I know there's a shard in here somewhere. Let's go. Go, 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 go. Okay. Oh, I thought for sure there would be a shard there, but there isn't. I'm disappointed in myself. I worked really hard to get to this side. Maybe above me. Oh, here it is. Just wasted time because I couldn't remember exactly where it was. No! No! Please, I just want through. Okay, got it, got it. We're good, we're good. Oh, I don't know, I don't want to lose any of these 18 lives. I think I have like just enough to scrape by. It just looks like a pudding cup. Just, oh. I guess I shouldn't be watching the pudding cup. And instead should be watching where I'm going. Oh. Whoops. That's fine. Deathless run over. That's okay, we'll always have pudding cups. Just watching its eyes spin is really funny to me. I'll take that bomb now. There we go. Up, up, ow. I wanted the exploding shurikens, but I ruined it. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Everything is pain. Everything is pointy. I would like an ice cream bar. No, okay. No. You guess that making Kirby sad just wasn't enough? This game is too much. I should switch over to something with pandas and unicorns. Does World of Warcraft have unicorns? Like, for like a mount or something? I don't know. I've never played Warcraft. I don't really do high fantasy. There we go. Where's the crystal shard? Down here? No, there isn't one? Oh, I saw that coming. Kirby's me when I get home from work. Oh, I have to do this again. Okay. That's what I get for being a dope. Please. I just want the pudding cup. Okay, be patient. Don't rush. That was not patient. Oh, I did it! Yeah, I guess if a crystal shard did spawn, it would have made a noise. Unicorns are just glorified show ponies. I've never been a horse person. I feel like I'm missing out. Like, I know so many kids who had a horse phase. I never had a horse phase. Which, in a way, is kind of funny because horses are not uncommon here. But, I don't know, just... I never got horses. I never got dragons, either. I know, I am, like, a child who is dead inside and who can't appreciate fun. Oh, good thing that was the one with the shard in it. Oh, there it is. Get in there. Get in there. There we go. You just want the pudding cup. You get that. I made pudding once because we had, like, a lot of milk that was going to expire. And before it went bad, I decided, okay, maybe I'll do something with it. So I bought some pudding mix. And disappointing. I hadn't had pudding in a long time. And I was looking forward to it. Oh, come on. You could just reach out and grab it, Kirby. But I was very let down by this pudding. It was too sweet. Hello, Acro. I think I have a vague recollection of... Give me the fish. No. Oops, I didn't mean to eat it. No, I pressed down. Can I have another fish aggro? I was doing a thing. Disappointing. Please give me the fish. No, this is not a fish. Oh, that's a skull. Could be from a fish, I guess. Why is your mouth full of skulls, Acro? There it is. Okay, don't press down by accident. There. See, this was the clever thing I was trying to do before I ruined it. Oh, it's red now. That's ominous. This is the world's slowest shoot 'em up. Just firing fish heads at a whale. Come on. No, don't eat. Don't eat. This fish is not for frying. Please, just... There we go. I think my problem is I wanted to go down to sink faster. But I couldn't. Lisa Frank notes, notebooks must have meant nothing to me, not liking horses and stuff. Yeah, this is gonna be really controversial. I don't like the Lisa Frank aesthetic at all. Even back then, I was repulsed by it. I did not own a Lisa Frank, what are they called? Trapper keepers? I don't know if I've ever heard anyone call them a trapper keeper. I don't know if that phrase is used here. That might be an American thing. I don't know. No. My fish! Heck. Now I have to fight him the normal way, which is slow. We had duotangs here back in elementary school. I think... Did I talk about this on stream? I don't remember. Spelled D-U-O-T-A-N-G. Well, heck. I'm gonna die to the whale. I'm gonna die to the whale. Give me the bombfish. Except I can't make use of it because I can't eat anything up here. Duotangs were like sort of baby's first binder, I guess you could say. There I go. They're sort of like, almost like, how to explain, like notebooks or binders, but, instead of the rings, you have these little metal tangs, that there's two, so there's three of them like you would get in a 3-ring binder, and there's 2 of them per spot where the rings would go, and you would put hole punch paper there, and you would fold the 2 ends on either side of the paper to stop it from coming loose. I don't know if I explained that well at all. Maybe if you Google duotang, something will come up, and I won't sound like a crazy person. Kirby can't reach anything with those short, stumpy arms of his. Oh, I feel that. I don't know if my arms are really short. I mean, I'm short. I'm only 5'3". Now, you know my secrets. But it's my hands that are the problem because they're so small. Lisa Frank is still in business. I feel like I've read this before and now I don't remember. Is Lisa Frank a person or a conglomerate? I feel like Lisa Frank is a person, but I don't know. She is a person. You're sure you'd get results, but I still sound like a crazy person. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I don't recall ever hearing anyone use the phrase trapper keeper until, like, hearing it on TV or something and going, what the heck is a trapper keeper? What am I trapping and keeping? See, if I'm not a ding-dong, this is not a difficult fight, but the lack of ding-dongery is very difficult on my part. Gimme. Hi! His little hi is different there. I don't know why. Remember beaches? Yeah, heck beaches. Heck the ocean. The ocean will not take this lying down. Oh, that's it. He's dead now. They were gonna ditch him. Wow. She is a person. Oh. Oh, you have things like the duotangs in the States, but you've mostly seen them used for medical records. Interesting. You have to use a step stool if you want to sit comfortably at your desk? Like your chair's too high? Good. I feel like, I like chairs higher up than one would expect for somebody short like me, but I don't know, I like having my feet in the air so I can kick him around. Stop. Oh, I stopped that spear with my body. Alright. I think these are pitfall traps. Yeah. No. That's okay. I will avoid the hidden pitfall trap, but I will bumble into the very obvious arachnid. I hope it's an arachnid. It's more like a dewdrop. Candy corn spider. Stop. I feel like there's some other ability I need in this level, and I don't remember what it is. I will take the sandwich. What kind of sandwich is that? Like egg salad? I can't say I'm a fan of salad sandwiches. I think there's a crystal shard in one of these. Yeah, here we go. Ah, come on, really? How my mom used to make my dad... That was not worth it. My mom used to make my dad tuna sandwiches, but instead of using mayo, she would use yogurt, and he didn't notice for a long time. Oh, I was gonna hold that above my head, and then I didn't. But yeah, so I think yogurt is a better substitute. Whoosh! I can't do anything else, but I wanted to do that. You've fallen out of too many tall chairs. You just like you like to have your feet on or near the ground. Where's your sense of adventure? That just keeps things exciting, doesn't it? Never knowing whether or not you're gonna fall out of your chair. You've never had a sense of adventure ever? No? Come on, man. I'm just trying to climb. Don't. If you lower your chair so that your feet can touch the ground, and you have to lift your arms up to type or to do anything involving the surface of your desk, oh. Yeah, I could see why you might need a step stool for that then. I feel like desks in general are just not meant for short people. It's kind of like how clothes aren't really... They don't feel like they're sized for people unless they're a really specific body type. There's a crystal shard in here somewhere. Is it down below or up? But it's like the same thing. If you don't fit a very specific size... I swear there's a crystal shard in here. Maybe it's near the top. Then nothing is going to fit right for you. I swear there's a crystal shard in here. Am I losing my mind? I mean, yeah, but... No, no. Could have sworn there was one, like, amongst the canopy, but I guess there isn't. Standing desk. So that's right, you've talked about being fond of the one you've got. Didn't you ever get tired, though? I mean, I don't like sitting for long periods of time. I get really restless. I guess because I'm used to being on my feet all day for my job. But, you know, especially if I'm working at a desk, I feel like I'd want to sit at some... Well, then again, I get tired really easily. So maybe if I was at a standing desk, I would be less likely to get knocked down by fatigue. Well, if there was a crystal shard in there, it's gone now. Fire with fire. Fire with fire. When it comes to tall chairs, your sense of adventure disappears along with the circulation in your feet. Oh, this is the room with the crystal shard in it. I remember this is the one where it's near the canopy. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. I know it's up there. I know it's up there. There it is. Perfect. Whoa, whoa. That could have ended very badly. Okay. Huh, I guess people like having their feet on the ground more. And here's me wanting to kick my feet in the air. Sometimes when I sit at the back desk at work for my break, sometimes I'll find the chair there has been set so it's really low to the ground, and I thought, what kind of animal would sit like this, all hunched over? No, the chair's got to be at maximum height. Maybe I just like to feel tall. Well, sitting down, maybe that doesn't work. Aha. Glad I remembered that one at least. Oh, nice. We're gonna go on a ride. Push me. Come on, faster. Wait. I guess I could just run them over. I don't have to jump over them. This kind of I was thinking the other day about Donkey Kong Country 2 and how I should stream that again. I did need to be up there. But yeah, I should stream that again, because this is making me think of it a little bit. I really like the levels in that game where you're on rails. I used to have fun doing them just for kicks. So there's something very, very satisfying about the platforming in that game. It just felt so smooth. You're here for a Donkey Kong Country 2 stream? I had a hunch you would. We didn't get to finish that game, did we? Which is really disappointing. Oh, we got pretty... Really? That does contact damage? Why does it do contact damage? It's just a boulder with an eye. Maybe Kirby doesn't like to be touched. The Donkey Kong games are among the only platformers you like. I didn't know you'd played them, Don. You got a favorite? Uh-oh. Frog. Uh-oh, crab. I'm sure it's no secret here how much I love Donkey Kong Country 2. The first one's alright. I think it sets the groundwork for 2. It's not as fun to go back to, though, and I have very mixed feelings on 3. There's just a lot of things in 3 I don't like doing. Too many annoying gimmick stages. And also, like, I don't like the bonus stages in 3. Especially the god-awful collect 15 bananas one. Because it's slow. It's slow, you have to wait for the bananas to spawn. Maybe it's just me. Last year was the first time you played... Oh, hang on, crab. First time you played Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3, and you were pretty impressed. You didn't really like the first. Yeah, the first one, I think, can be harder to go back to. Like, again, it's definitely not bad, but it shows its age more. It's not as refined. It's a little less forgiving. Whereas I think 2, they really perfected the formula. And just the music is great across the board in 2. Like, it just feels good to play. Okay, this is Bomb and a Rock, which I don't think I can get either in this level. So I'll just go elsewhere to get it. I have to go back here anyway for the... Oh, amoebas. Ah. Come on, don't run out of fire, like, right in front of the amoeba. Jeez. Oh yeah, that's where I was gonna go for the easy bomb fire. I didn't parse what you were saying right away. I just saw easy bomb fire, and I thought, is this new slang? You know, like how you say something is fire, and how you say something is the bomb? I thought this was just a combination of the two. Because now saying stuff is fire and stuff is the bomb is too passé. But both of them, together, combined. Oh, that was almost not worth it. Eh. Dixie's helicopter hair was revolutionary, yes. You can do a lot of fun tricks with that. I think Diddy moves, like, slightly faster overall. Like, on rigging and whatnot. But I like them both. I did it! Donkey Kong's Country 3 also had Kiddy Kong, if I needed any other reason why it's bad. I don't have anything against Kiddy Kong. Trying to remember, I saw a bit of somebody streaming it in Japanese, Donkey Kong Country 3, and Kiddy Kong had a different name. I can't remember what it was now. This is what I need, isn't it? Ow! This is what I need. Yeah, it's bomb rock, not bomb fire that I need. Dinky! Okay, that was it. You know, I remember it was, not to bring up VTubers again, it was Inugami Korone. I briefly saw her stream a bit of Donkey Kong Country 3, and I just remember at the beginning, she misread Wrinkly Kong's name as Concrete. That's all I can really remember from it, is that she briefly misread it as Concrete. Anyway, yeah, that's my tangent. Donkey Kong Country 3 is okay, but there's just so much stuff I don't like doing in it. That's really what determines whether or not, you know, I like a game and want to go back to it, is there stuff in it that I hate to do? Do I dread doing bits of it? Like Mario Sunshine. I don't hate Mario Sunshine, but it's out of like say the Mario collection with 64 and Sunshine and Galaxy. Sunshine is my least favorite of the three because there's so many things in Sunshine that I just don't like doing. And I've never bothered to 100% Sunshine because I don't want to get all the blue coins. I just can't be bothered. Which is terrible, I know. Well, hey, Theta. Welcome. Like, for reals, I guess. I don't think you really missed much. I think I died to a fish once. An exploding fish. Excuse me. Oops. You also dislike doing things in the sunshine too bright? That too. That too. I like it better when it's overcast. I went for a walk, one of my walks on the weekend. Actually, no, it was on Monday. I think I went for a walk on Monday, and it was... No, okay, no, I have to think about it. It was Sunday. I went for a walk on Sunday, and it was okay. It was okay out there. No, temperature-wise. Until I... or rather, it was overcast, and then the sun came out, and it's just, this is terrible. I don't want any more of this. Sorry, I'm like reading the chat and walking into stuff. And this game is short, which makes it a good stream length, I think. 3 needed more levels that weren't gimmicks, and it would have been fine. I mean, like 2 had, well, maybe gimmick isn't the right word, but like say, like the rail cart ones that I mentioned enjoying. I liked those. They didn't really feel gimmicking. They worked well. Whereas 3 has unique gimmicks to its levels that I don't tend to enjoy, like Lightning Lookout. Ugh, that one's just a slog. Or, I don't know, like even things that are similar to gimmicks in 2, I don't really like there's Ripsaw Rage in 3, where you're ascending a tree with a big saw at the bottom, so you have to keep climbing the tree, else you get hurt. And it's a little bit like Castle Crush in 2, except, you know, the castle would not physically harm you, except for squish you maybe if you're too slow. But just something about, like, I like Castle Crush, but that one, no. I'm surprised I like Castle Crush, honestly, because I hate auto-scrollers. It's like, oh, you died somewhere? Well, now you have to slowly wait through the entire stage before you can try again. Oh, it's like I'm just playing hot potato with this. There we go. That's what I mean. You have to press down to pull out a hard hat instantly, or the bomb's explosion will hurt you. Here's a level where the swimming controls are reversed for no reason. Oh yeah, and if you jump out of the weird toxic water, then your controls are now normal. So it could make getting onto a platform a lot harder than it ought to be. You know what I should do is rock and needle. Give me the drill. Oh, hang on, I didn't go back far enough for it to respawn. That skull really wanted to say hello. Okay, here we go. There we go. Not every Kong is lucky enough to be the magnificent legend that is Bluster Kong. Does he count, though, since he was just in the cartoon? Have the games in any way acknowledged the cartoon's continuity? I guess, no, Crystal Coconuts. I think, yeah, because the Crystal Coconut, which was the MacGuffin du jour in the Donkey Kong Country cartoon, predated Donkey Kong 64, where Crystal Coconuts were collectibles. I think. Yeah, boy, that cartoon is extremely... I don't want to, like, just use the word cursed so much that it ceases to have any meaning, but if I had to describe a cartoon as cursed, it would be that one. No. Oh, a new animal buddy, but it's scared of rats. What a great idea. Oh, that's sarcasm. I mean, you know, Ellie at least had the... Well, she could also suck up water in her trunk, but I didn't really enjoy using that either, because again, it felt slow. Like, it slowed down the action to go to a water source and suck up water, and then do stuff with it. I think they tried something new. Actually, yeah, the worst one was, I think his name was Perry, the parakeet, where you didn't control him directly, but he always stayed a fixed distance above your head, and you'd have to get him to the end of the level to get, like, a bonus barrel or a steel barrel in order to get the DK coin. And of course, there's all these obstacles up in Perry's path, and if he takes one hit, you lose him. So, not only do you have to be mindful of dodging stuff in front of the Kongs, but you also have to watch above them so you don't let Perry take a hit. No singing segments carried over into the games. Pizza, huh? Carefully contemplating this pizza. What do you like on your pizza? Green peppers. Pepperoni. I can deal with green peppers on pizza. Okay. Not sure, because her pizza's at an angle. Maybe it's just the bottom corner? Because I know whatever she paints, you have to recreate here, but I'm not sure how the pizza works. I remember there was a top hat. I don't think this is right. No, how... Sorry, can I see your pizza again? Maybe I have to round the corners? Since Donkey Kong Country 2 implements... Hang on, I don't think that's right. Implements a form of currency, it can be implied that Bluster Kong invented capitalism in the Donkey Kong universe. Since the cartoon takes place between Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3. Does it? I don't even remember. Where does the cartoon take place canonically? Is there like an official statement on this? I think I screwed up the bottom of the pizza. I don't know. I don't know. This is a vague shape. Does anybody know offhand? Why can't it be the top hat, Adeline? That's an easy one. I mean, the pizza's got a slice gone, but how do you render the slice being gone? Is it just like the whole corner being gone? I don't think this is right. That is right! Yay! I did it! Oof. There we go. Does this game have a secret HAL room? Like some Kirby games have a secret room where there are blocks spelling out the company name, HAL. I don't remember if 64 has that or not. Maybe. Whoosh. Oh, that's it. He's tired. Be free. Whoop, whoop. Wall sandwich. Don't mind if I do. I haven't had a really good sandwich in a long time. Sometimes I'll do just simple sandwiches for supper. So my dad likes sandwiches, but he likes his really plain. Like just bread, meats, like butter, margarine, whoops, salt and pepper. And I feel bad because they're so simple, and then I don't get more elaborate ingredients for myself, because it would just be me using them, so it'd be kind of a waste. I haven't had a really good sandwich in a long time. No. What I've had before I really liked was a Cubano sandwich with the mustard and the pickles and maybe a little too much meat than is my usual, but it was good. I like mustard and pickles. The worst level in Donkey Kong Country 3 is the level where Ellie is scared of a rat at the beginning and runs non-stop to the end. And you have to keep Perry alive the whole time to 100%. Yes, I remember that one. I mean, the speed is kind of fun. It's sort of like why I liked the cart levels in 2. Because I like just the feeling of masterfully dodging everything at top speed. But yeah, it was dark in that level, so it was a little harder to see what was going on. What was that level called? I can't think of it. It's like it's on the tip of my tongue. I know exactly what level you're talking about. I can see it in my head. I can remember the bit where she sees a rat, like 3 rats under a light source, and starts running away uncontrollably. These birds are really cute. Oh. Hope I don't need another unique ability to get a crystal shard, probably. Whoop. Oh, no! Wait. Don't do that. It's gonna be rock fire again. It's not gonna be rock fire again. Oh! There he is again! Best boy! Hi, DDD. What kind of mischief are we gonna get up to today? Ah! Betrayed by another bird. I really like the 2.5D effect in this game. Which is, I think, another reason why it still holds up today. Like, it keeps the level design interesting when you have the camera sort of swerving around things like this. I feel bad again that I didn't really appreciate Kirby 64. Ow! Back when it first came out. Like, I liked it fine, but the slower pace wasn't what I was expecting. That's nice. It's a good, chill, comfy game. Squishy textures. Nice to look at. One of these has a crystal shard on the top. There it is. I just wish we had more DDD segments. Come on. Now this guy's in the way. Thank you. I love that. Where he throws Kirby and then waves. Whoa, it's red. I don't know why it's doing that. I promise you the original game does not have those strange graphical glitches. I know the joke about video game characters going into active volcanoes and acting like it's no big thing. Like Mario is notorious for it, but I feel like Kirby could survive in an active volcano. I don't know what he's made out of, but he seems pretty resilient. You remember reading about the GameCube Kirby in development and getting excited for a game that never came out? Me too! Can I really not hit? Okay. So I remember reading about it, bringing back the helper system from Superstar. And I was really looking forward to that. I mean, I guess we did get star allies eventually. But it took a long time to get here. This is a cool sword, but it's slow. Can I put it away? Oh, if I hold it up, I can throw it. So I can't really jump well while holding it. I haven't really thought about like games that got canned partway in their development for a long time, but it's always sad hearing about that kind of thing when people put so much attention and effort. Heck, why do I need to break this? Is it fire? I don't think it's fire and rock again. Is it fire and fire? Guess I could try it. Like a big one is, say, Mother 3, when it was in development as Earthbound 64. But, you know, I'm kind of glad they waited in some respects, because I think the Mother 3 we did get is really good stuff. And I think having the tech progress to that level, as opposed to, like, simple polygons you'd get on the N64, make a big difference. That's not it? That's not it. A Return to Dreamland was a game it eventually became. That makes more sense. I really like Return to Dreamland. Dang, I think it was, a little more difficult than more recent entries in the series had been, which I appreciated. Plus, being able to do it all co-op was a lot of fun. Ow. It might have been Bomb. The red color was throwing me off, but... Well, there's Bomb, but not anymore. I don't like using double fire. I'm always worried I'm gonna run into something. Like it's gonna run out at a bad time. I've seen speed runs at this game use it, and usually it's very carefully timed, so they know exactly where they're gonna drop to make sure they don't land on something unsavory. Stone Bomb, okay. I will acquire those abilities and try that. I'm gonna have to go through the DDD bit again, though. That's kind of slow. Oh well. Is there a shard in here? Yeah. Excuse me. This is making me think about Paper Mario a little bit. If only we had Mistar, ow, to carry us to victory. I was hoping Kirby would pull himself through the platform and demolish the little sand blob, but apparently not. This is a very slow volcano. You remember having to replay this level numerous times because you were always wrong. I feel the same. I feel like I did the same thing. Because it's not intuitive just by looking at it, what ability combo it is. Let's try Stone and Bomb and see what happens. Oh, that's right, I still have this equipped. Stop, they're already dead. Reminded you of the end of Metroid, or the part in Smash Bros. Melee that referenced that. Do you mean, how does the original, like, the original Metroid ends with the escape sequence, right? And how that was kind of a mini-game in Melee? I had to think about it for a second, because I was getting mixed up in my head with Super Metroid, which also has that escape sequence right at the beginning. I think they're different. I've played Metroid Zero Mission, not the original, but that was so long ago, I don't remember. I remember one of the bosses in Zero Mission jump scaring me. This giant purple worm thing that popped out of the ground. I wasn't expecting it. It was loud. Hey, Avenge! Welcome. It is still going. I'm just doing some chill Kirby tonight. Shooting the breeze, walking into things. You know, the usual. I hope you're doing well. Oh. Would it be Stone Bomb again? You fleshed out an OC you had for a while. Tell me more. I like hearing about people's characters. Wasp in a big old green t-shirt. A nice color combo. I'm assuming the wasp is kind of yellow. Maybe it's not, but... whatever it is, it's probably a nice color combo. Have a good one, Kelly. Thank you for joining us. Don't work too hard, okay? Oh, a textiles and clothing shop. Neat. Do they make stuff themselves? Are they a tailor of some sort? Oh, come on. What do you mean I lose against fire hitting me? I had a bunch of the tiny platforms going up. Oh, yeah, okay, that stage in adventure mode is what it's referencing. Okay. Escape sequences are to Metroid games as to what Eldritch Abominations are to the Kirby series. That's probably why I was getting them mixed up. Don't forget Samus, like, losing her gear. Ow. I remember, I have no idea the source, but years ago seeing a Flash animation. I think that was lambasting maybe Metroid Prime, where it showed Samus tripping, and then all of her upgrades went tumbling down like a sewer vent. Just a little vent in the side of the road, like, okay. Okay. Never mind, I guess. Oh, they get shy whenever they get compliments. Oh, me too. Relatable. It's hard to take a compliment. I know I've been lambasted about that before, and I'm better about it these days. I think it's healthier to not self-deprecate whenever somebody says nice. Or somebody says something nice. But I still get a little embarrassed about it. Oh, no! Save me, sandwich. I don't think I'd want to eat an egg salad sandwich that has been sitting in the middle of an active volcano. If this isn't the right ability combo, I'm just going to press onward and I'll come back for it at a later time, after I've thought about it some more. It's basically how it goes in the games where she starts with powers. Yeah, I remember playing Metroid Prime. It was like a store kiosk at a Future Shop, which I don't think that chain is around anymore. What's that one Bronto Burt lined up to hit you? But she gets hit or something at the beginning of Metroid Prime and loses all of her upgrades. Maybe it was Prime 2. I don't remember. But it's like, oh, okay. I see how it is. A shy tailor is such a cute concept, though. Do they have a name? Moment of truth. Anytime. Ice needles. Ice, I think, would make more sense. Wow, it even got the dude in the back. And now that you mention it, I think it is definitely ice of some sort. I don't know if it even has to be ice needle. I think it just has to be ice. Which is definitely the odd one out, because all the previous you need this ability to proceed bits have been color-coded. With that one being red and brown, you would think rock and fire, but no. Oh, come on. Look at this thing. It's so goopy. And I missed again. Good. You thought it was the volcano move? I don't think so, because I used that in the previous level, and I'm fairly certain they don't reuse any. Oh, I forgot they did that. Oh. Please do not gently embrace me. Ah, heck. Fire tendrils. Wasps make those nests. Sure, they'd make excellent tailors. I agree. It's such a cute concept. Oh, no. Why is this so terrible? Somebody save me from myself. Prime 1, she's shocked / exploded. Prime 2, she gets mugged? There we go. I'm pretty sure this boss has a second phase, too, once I drain this health bar. There we go. I don't think it's a good idea to get fire from these little lava bubble dudes, because you'll charge into the tendrils and then just get injured. Mugged by aliens! Sammy, no! Samus deserves better than getting mugged in a back alley somewhere. I should play more Metroid games. It's a criminal that I haven't. But I've only played Zero Mission and Super Metroid. There we go. Okay. Phase 2. And in Prime 3, Samus just didn't bother to bring a good chunk of her gear. I mean, that stuff probably weighs a lot. And you bring all of this stuff, and you're like, why am I carrying so much of this junk on me? I don't need it. And then, of course, as soon as you neglect to bring it, yeah, you do. That's like me and anything I carry in my satchel. Oh. There we go. There we go. It's a nice little meaty chunk of health. She carries them in her shoulder pads. See, I can't even tell if you're joking or not, because I believe it. I mean, why else are they so large? Aside from a fashion statement. Oh, I forgot about this move. I think you have to, like, crouch right in front of them. Heck. Embarrassing. Cripes. You know what I should do? I should just go get an ability. What am I doing? Is there fan art of Samus wearing one of those jackets with the huge shoulder pads from the 80s? There's gotta be, right? I'm gonna get Cutter. I'm gonna get double Cutter. Which is what I should have done forever ago. Instead of being a dope. That's fine. It's Tuesday Brain. I haven't talked about Tuesday Brain in a while, but Tuesday Brain is alive and well. Nope. Please, please, I just want this one ability. Why are you making it so difficult? Why are you making my life hard? Morri, Kirby is just a little baby game. Why struggle with this one thing, please? 'Cause I'm tired. I'm gonna beat this dude. I'm gonna call it an evening. We're gonna resume Kirby on Friday, and it's gonna be so much better. I'll probably beat it then. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Maybe I'll scoot in something else after it if I have time. I don't know what. Oh yeah, why didn't I just do that to begin with? Because I'm a dope who is tired. No, they are not looking pretty good. I'd be too tired for those too. Please be mindful of my pride. It is very fragile. I feel like that's another facet of I feel like I gotta be good just for streaming in general. Because I feel like people only really want to watch streamers if they're really good at something. You know, 'cause so much... Why is this not damaging this thing? But like, you know, so many people are on Twitch to watch speed runs and other challenge runs of stuff. And I'm just here playing things all casually. I mean, I guess that's what the casual playthrough category is for, but... I suppose the opposite is if people are really bad, there's the comedy value in that. But I don't want to be in that end of the spectrum most of the time. Wow. Once I used my brain and got an ability, it was so much nicer. Well, Waddle Dee fell over. We gotta leave him here now. He's broken his leg. We have to put him down. Thanks, TDD. Thanks, Kirby. Okay. Time to call it an evening. We're pretty close to the end, though. There's only Shiver Star, and then one more planet after that. And then I'll go back and retrieve the last crystal shard after we see... Actually, no. Before I call it an evening, I should get the one I missed. A Neo Star. Where do I get ice? Where's a quick place to get ice? The Otter Twitch stream has gone viral. It has a minimum of 1.5k viewers. Oh. Maybe that's the secret. I have to stream otters. I want to get that thing. I'll get it next time. I'm obviously too tired to think. So, thank you so much for joining me, everyone. Thank you for bearing with Tuesday Brain. Friday is going to be good. I will catch you all next time. Meantime, stay safe, stay healthy. And, yeah, next time I will be awake. Bye-bye.